If you are a VA, OBM, or a online service provider, this video is for you. Now, over the past couple of weeks, I have been delving into a way to restructure offers as a service provider myself, and I think I cracked the code. And the reason why I say that is because I have been working with a coach that has not only taught me how to really manage my time as the business owner and service provider, but leveraging other team members and really defining my offer and focusing on one offer is the way to go. Now, let me back up a little bit. When I first started working in the online space about 4 years ago, I was a virtual assistant. And if you have been following me for a while, my first client was a real estate investor. And because of her, she gave me the reins of basically her business. And that's where I learned all the things. And I quickly learned that I can level up my game, charge more by learning more skills, and being more valuable to my clients. Till this day, 4 years later, I still see a lot of service providers who are offering, a lot of the same things. They're charging, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 for their services, and they could only take on a very limited amount of clients. And if this is you, if you feel like you are stuck, maybe you are stagnant, this video is for you. Now, if you are new here, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, hello, welcome. My name is Geraldine. I am a online business integrator, operator, and I help online businesses go from 50K a month to 150 to 2K or more. Every time I work with a new client, I always keep learning. And over the past couple of weeks, I have cracked the code on what it takes as an online service provider to really hone in on one specific skill or one specific offer and be able to charge more. But at the same time, building up your team, leveraging your team so you can take on more clients and double or triple your monthly revenue with you having to do less work. So stick around so you can learn how you can do this for your service-based business. So as a service provider, one of the things that I started doing right off the bat that really helped me go from being a VA to being a specialist is learning how to skill stack, but also learning skills that complement the main one, my main skill. So for example, as a integrator, one of the things that I have always enjoyed and consider myself one of these for a while was being a tech VA. And if you are a OBM and you do a little bit of tech here and there, maybe you create some automations or you set up, CRMs or project management tools, learning what other skills you can learn that complement your main one is going to pay off. Let me give you an example. I took a certification to become an online business operator. You don't need to do that. I took a course and still get mentored as an integrator to learn how to, scale companies to multiple 7 figures a year. And one of the things that I learned when it comes to skill stacking is, like, for me as an operator, learning how to read data. So looking back at 6 months, doing audits and reading the data and learning how to interpret the data to my clients. That was one skill that I learned aside from, creating KPIs, creating trackers and all of that, learning how to interpret the data that we were receiving. Huge game changer. Another thing that I learned is, okay, we are doing marketing, we're doing sales, we have a sales team, but really diving into where our leads are coming from, cracking that down to the nitty gritty is going to be very helpful to scale. I'll give you an example. If a company is running ads and you don't know where your leads are coming from because you post on TikTok, you post on Pinterest, you post on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, maybe you have a Facebook group, maybe you post on Twitter, and your calendars are booked, you're making sales, but if you have no idea where your clients are or your leads are coming from, how are you going to know where to focus your marketing efforts? Again, something that I learned that complements my main skill, and it's paying off. Another thing that I was always like dreading to really learn, but it has been helpful, is Facebook ads. I know how to run and set up Facebook ads, but it's not something that I'm interested in. So instead of what I did was, instead of creating the ads, I would interpret the data. So I can easily see which ads are performing, which campaigns are doing really good, and having a system in place where if we're launching a new campaign, I give myself, 3 to 5 days to collect data. And then if the, specific ad is not working out, turn it off, right? Why are we going to keep wasting money if it's not performing? So learning, instead of creating the ad, learning how to read the data, the information that the ads, how the ads are doing, was another skill that I learned. Now, the reason why I'm explaining, some of these skills that I have learned over the past couple years is because as a integrator, these are a lot of these skills that I need in order to help my clients. I've even taken the role of like hiring and firing team members, training team members, taking the time to learn a specific software that I've never used, because if a team member comes to me asking me questions, that they've tried figuring it out, I should at least have some sort of knowledge, right? So it's also, being resourceful and taking the initiative in learning additional softwares, or just learning how to adapt in whatever situation you are in. And after working with, several business owners, I have created some of my own systems where I can just place into these companies that I'm working in. For example, one of the things that I love to implement, just because it makes the company run a lot smoother and it's a lot more organized, is what I call a business hub. And that's just one of the things that I like to implement, aside from like a whole hiring process if they don't have one in place, offboarding process for clients and team members, or whether it's a KPI dashboard. I love looking at numbers. It helps me see right away how the business is doing. So a lot of these systems that I have created over the years, I tweak and customize it for my current clients. And because of that, a lot of these, templates or things that I already have, I just place in their business. So it's me working smarter, not harder, not having to recreate a lot of these things, right? And it's a lot of high value systems. It's not like, oh, let me create, 10 SOPs for you. Anyone can do that. So the more that you're able to bring to the table, whether it's, your own systems, processes, you're bringing that value, your clients are going to see that. They're going to be amazed because they probably don't have any of this stuff. And that's where you can increase your price. You can charge more. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is your pricing. So aside from learning what skills to learn that complement your main skill or what you're, known for, is creating your own systems that you can plug and play whenever you work with a client, so you're not recreating the wheel, and also pricing your offer a lot more, increasing your price basically. Now, if you are in a stagnant phase in your business where you can only work with a handful of clients because you're doing a lot of the work, so this is where you then hire team members, not to necessarily work with your clients in their business, but to help you create a tracker or create SOPs or whatever the case may be, and really honing in on the value that you're bringing to your clients. If someone wants to work with you, let's say for example you are a online service provider and you offer setting up ClickUp for clients. A lot of the time, if you can create SOPs or train a VA under you to do a lot of the legwork, it gives you so much time back that you can then start another project, get another client. And it's just creating, again, going back to your own systems and processes where you can just plug and play into these companies. When it comes to charging more, it's, building up that confidence to say that new number. Because I know, trust me, I've been there. It can be a little intimidating when you are used to charging, $1,500 to $1,000 to doubling your price to $3,000-$4,000. And trust me, there are some people who are really, really good at this one thing, and they charge thousands of dollars, but then again, their ideal clients can afford it. They know who their ideal client is, and they make sure that they have a growing or scaling company, and they can afford their high ticket service. Now, as a online service provider, or if you're a VA or OBM, learning how to package your offer where it's so easy for your ideal client to say yes can be a little hard. There are some people who don't really care about the logistics or the how. They just want to get the end result, right? If you can build me an entire, ClickUp CRM, project management tool, where I have everything and there's automations and stuff, go for it. Let me know when it's done, right? I don't want to know about the how. Just get it done. Let me know how much it is. We're good to go. So it's building up to all of that. So if you have been stagnant and you have been looking for a way to change up your offer or increase your price, definitely recommend you rewatch this video. And like I always tell everyone, is if you have any questions, comment below or send me a personal DM on Instagram at Hey Geraldine Franco, and I would personally reply. In the meantime, hope this video was helpful, and I will see you on the next one.